Hello everybody, welcome to Officers Adda 247. This channel will serve the purpose for all those bankers who want the study material, the mode of communication in English only. So you have come to the right channel for your preparation of JAB October-November 2025. Let me assure you this thing first. Today in this particular session, we will be starting with the basic, that what is the eligibility criteria for your JAB examination, and along with the eligibility, what syllabus you need to cover in the stipulated time period. Your first examination according to the IIBF will be on 2nd of November. So in effect, you have some time in your hand, but do not get relaxed when you see that exam is in November, because you must complete the entire syllabus 1 month prior to the examination. So effectively for preparation, you have the time till you can say 2nd of October or first week of October only. Fine. So without any further delay, let's start the video. So as you can see, the video's title is Eligibility and Syllabus Breakdown. You must watch this session. Why? Because this particular session will act as the keystone to your preparation journey for your November cycle of JAB examination. The task in hand is the 4 subjects of JIIB, starting with IIFS, then you have PPB, then AB, AFM, and then we have the RBWM. So AFM, I would say, along with PPB, they will be held on the consecutive days. As you know that IIFS is on the 2nd of November for your upcoming cycle. Then you can say on the next week itself, after 6 days, you will be having what? Your PPB examination, and then your AFM examination will be held on the 9th of November. And after that, you can say on 16th of November, you will have the RBWM examination. So IIFS, then you will be having what? Your PPB exam, then AFM, and lastly the RBWM exam. This is the timeline which you must adhere to. And when we talk about the timeline, along with that, we must know the syllabus. So this session is dedicated to that thing only. Now let's quickly jump on to the syllabus part and see that what all syllabus is there when we talk about the JAB examination. So first of all, since I am assuming that you are new to the preparation, for all of you who are reappearing in this examination, bear with me for 2 minutes, because for new candidate, for the new bankers who want to crack this exam, they must know that the website of IIBF will be serving as the base of your preparation for the official notifications. And the second website, the second most important website, will be the Adda 247 website for your one-stop solution for the examination of JAB. Okay, so in IIBA website, you must be very clear that all these notices are very important. So although we will be covering up all these notices, whatever is important for the exam, what is relevant for the exam on our channel itself, but I would highly suggest that you must also go through this website once. Okay, now here you need to go to the examination and courses, and after that, as you know that JAB exam and CAIIB exam, they come under the flagship courses. Just click here, flagship course, JIIB. Now see, all these dates which I have told you, they are mentioned on the website itself. Here you can say that the examination of IIFS on 2nd, then 8th we will have the PPB exam, 9th AFM, and 16th you will be having the RBWM exam. What is important for us to know is the syllabus. Now here only you can see the rules and syllabus. Download the JIIB syllabus. In this particular PDF, you will find everything. Your queries will be resolved, whatever query you have regarding the JAB examination. So first of all, as you know, the eligibility criteria, you must be very clear with the eligibility criteria, that all those bankers who are serving in a bank and they have already taken up the IIBF membership, they will be eligible to apply for the JAB examination. For all of you who are not serving in the banks but aspire to become part of the bank in future, they can also apply for the JAB examination via the DBF mode. So Diploma in Banking and Finance is the mode from which you can apply for this exam and appear in the DBF examination. Once you get into the bank, you are selected in a bank, you just have to produce the DBF certificate to the respective HR department, and your certificate will be converted to JIIB, Junior Associate of IIBF. Fine. So eligibility criteria, you can see that the candidates must have passed the 12th standard examination. That is the bare minimum. That is the bare minimum which you must have done. After that, if you are a banker, then automatically apply for the IIBF membership and you will be able to apply for the JAIIB examination. Otherwise, the second route I have told you, you can go via the DBF route. That is the basic eligibility. Now, next when we talk about the you can say syllabus. So, syllabus is prescribed for all the 4 examination, and you can see that various components are there. The syllabus has your various components starting from the IIFS. So, paper 1 we will be having the IIFS, that is Indian economy and Indian financial system. Now, here you will be having 4 modules, module A, B, C and D. Out of these 4 modules, now since the things are settled, we can say for sure that all the modules are important. You cannot just pick and choose and say that okay, this module is more important, other one we can leave. No, this is not a right approach according to us. Because what happens is, earlier in IIFS examination we have seen that module D was the kingmaker, but again when we see the October 2024 examination and this May 2025 examination, we can for sure say this thing that all the 4 modules are important and you must be very clear with all the concepts. So, syllabus per se, we will be having 45 units when we talk about the IIFS examination, and 4 modules. Module A will be talking about the Indian economic architecture, and in this Indian economic architecture you will be surprised to know that all those things which you are reading on reading in the newspapers, going through the news on daily basis, they will be covered here. So, basically all those important sectors of Indian economy, the industrial sector, like we see in the news that this particular IIP has increased for India, CPI has decreased for India, CPI is having a moderate level right now, what is the risk of inflation, all these things will be covering here. So, priority sector lending norms as being prescribed by the RBI, this is a separate chapter, a very important chapter. Then you have the infrastructure. See, this particular chapter, when we talk about infrastructure, it is applicable for the whole syllabus of IIFS. Not only you need to cover the simple infrastructure topic, but along with that the recent initiatives are also highly important. We have seen this in the examination this time also. So, globalization, economic reforms, FTP, then climate change, you have your Indian scenario of climate change, that is NDCs, like your nationally determined contribution. All these things are very important. Once we will be covering the separate subjects via separate videos, you will come to know about the elaborate syllabus. The main motto of this particular session is that you will be able to know that what all you have to study. Fine. Next, we have module B, economic concepts related to banking. Here you will find a refined version of all those economic concepts which are directly related to banking, like your monetary policy, like your you can say inflation. In inflation, you have different indicators via which you will be able to gauge the inflation level in your country. Then you have what your fiscal policy is also covered here. Along with that, you will be having the supply and demand chapter, how the supply and demand will be met in an economy. Along with that, you will also have the theories of interest in this particular module. So, very interesting, I would say, module if you want to learn the hardcore economics, if you are very interested in that. Then you have monetary policy, fiscal policy, the GDP concepts, very important. Direct formula based questions are being asked from this particular concept. This time around, I think not directly, but indirectly the formulas were asked. Next, for module C, you have the Indian financial architecture. In Indian financial architecture, you must be very sure about the basics, very important. The basics, if you know the basics, you will be through this module. Why I am saying this? Because mostly the timelines are being asked, mostly the type of institutions which are present in India, they are being asked, mostly the chronology is being asked. So, that is why you must be very clear with the chronology in these 2 chapters, your Indian financial system and Indian banking system, the type of banks basically. Then we have basic laws which govern the banking system under the Banking Regulation Act 1949 and RBI Act 1934. Then DFIs, again the fact based questions are being asked directly, that the genesis of DFIs in India, how it happened. Fine. Next, we have the MFIs and NBFCs. Very important is this NBFC. NBFC, you can say that it marks the one of the most important topic in your module C. Why? Because this time also and the last cycle also we have seen good amount of questions from here. Now when I see that these chapters are very important, does not make the other chapters unimportant. No, they are also important, but you must lay special emphasis on these sessions. Don't worry, we will be coming up with a separate session for IIFS, for PPB, for your AFM and RBWM. Therein we will elaborately discuss the strategy. Next we have the insurance companies chapter. Here the numerical can be asked from your insurance companies chapter. Then we have the Indian financial system, reforms and developments of the banking sector. See, when I talk about module D, as I have already told you, this used to be the most important module, but not anymore. Now, it is a balanced paper when we talk about the IIFS. That does not mean again that module D we should leave altogether. No, you have to be very sure in your preparation that you have covered all the modules properly. So module D, financial products and services, overview of financial markets. You have the money markets, fixed income markets, capital markets, forex markets, all those types of financial markets are covered here. Along with that, the most important one are these merchant banking services. Along with that, your para banking services, very important concepts of factoring, forfeiting and trades are involved. Then you have venture capital, leasing and hire purchase, credit rating agencies and their functions. Then we have the para banking services like mutual fund, insurance, etc. So this particular I would say module will serve as the you can say sole module where you will be linking the core banking products with the you can say subject of IIFS. Next subject we have the PPB. Now this time I think out of the 4 subjects this was the most tough one if we talk about the May 2025 cycle, and inherently IIBF has this habit of making 1 or 2 subjects tough every year, but this time around surprisingly PPB was the toughest out of all the 4, and also it depends upon the level of preparation, but ultimately when you see the paper and then you decide that what is the level of you can say difficulty. According to various you can say experts, PPB is the tough one when we talk about this cycle of May 2025. So PPB you will be having module A, general banking operations, simply whatever you study in your training centers. When if you are a banker and you have attended the trainings, you will be having various topics overlapping with the training modules like your banker customer relationship. Then you have the operational aspects of KYC, then opening the account opening, operational aspect of the deposit account, then handling the checks, handling the cash, handling the collection, clearing, then banker special relation, FEMA, FERA, all these things we study in the training centers itself. But here in IIBF you have to study them more elaborately. That is the difference. But base, if you have attended the training centers classes or sessions very diligently, then you will be able to make sense out of these. Then you have FCRA, foreign currency account for residents and other aspects, cash management. So overall when we talk about the module A, it is about the operational aspects which are going on in the banks, responsibility of the paying bank, ancillary services, very important, DD, TT, EBT, all these. Then you have financial literacy, duties, grievance, redressal, how the ombudsman scheme will kick in, and Consumer Protection Act is also there. One thing I would like to highlight here is that the most bulky subject out of all the 4 is your PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking. Then module B again, functions of bank. What all functions are there? It will start with the cash flow system, and will end in the credit facility. All those things which a bank perform as a function will be a part of module B. So principle of lending, appraisal, operational aspect of loan account, collaterals, then different mode of charging the securities, contract, your contract of agency, contract of bailment, all those types of charges. Then we have NPAs, documentation, important laws, how to recover the dues, NPA management basically you can say. Then contract of indemnity. This indemnity in case of insurance is also being asked in the module D of IIFS. So one more important point which is to be highlighted while you discuss the overall syllabus of JAIIB is that once you go through all the subjects, now you will find some areas overlapping with the other subject. So mark this thing very important. Whenever you study those overlapping areas, na, be very serious, be very clear in your mind that you do not have any doubt. Otherwise, you will flunk in one subject or the other. All those overlapping subjects, all those overlapping topics of various subjects must be handled with utmost care. Then we have the contracts of guarantee and bank guarantee, letter of credit, LC, laws for the bill financing, priority sector advances. Now these advances we have studied, the base we have studied in IFS also. Here again in PPB you will be having this agricultural finance, and then MSME, some part is covered in IFS. In PPB also an elaborate part will be there, and NBFCs also we have seen in the what module C of IIFS. So link them. That is the purpose of this particular session, that you have this thing in your mind, that you are not covering the 4 subjects separately. If you are a beginner, I would highly recommend that try to see the overlapping topics with utmost sincerity. Then government sponsored schemes and SHGs. Next, module C and D are relatively smaller as compared to A and B. Here you will find the banking technology, and in banking technology most of us are comfortable because we are using them also, right? We are using the banking technology also. So CBS environment, then you have the bank computerization, alternate delivery channel, the digital banking, data communication, all these topics, NPCI. Then you have the trends which are governing the banking technology, security consideration, the mitigation measures in banks, operational aspects of cyber crimes. Fine. Fintech, a very important topic. If you ask me, then most important topic out of all when we talk about the digital banking, it will be fintech for upcoming years. Module D, it is based on the ethics in bank and your financial institutions. Now here you must focus on case studies. This particular cycle of May 2025 has made us realize that yes, you must be very clear when it comes to case laws, case studies, whatever you want to call them, but you must know that how you will react in a particular situation, what kind of solution you will be providing to a particular customer if XYZ situation is there in the bank. Module D ethics has that potential, that from where your case studies can be asked in the November cycle itself. So ethics, business ethics, you have ethics at individual level, ethical dimension for the employees, work ethics, banking ethics, etc. So this will conclude the syllabus discussion for PPB. After that, the paper 3, that is your accounting and financial management for bankers, which will be held on which date? Quickly tell me. It will be held on the 9th November. So module A, it will be talking about the accounting principles and the processes. Basically the basics of your accountancy procedures will be there, along with the maintenance of cash, the ledger system, bank reconciliation statement, trial balance, depreciation and its accounting. See, this particular topic, depreciation, from this particular topic only in May 2025 we have seen huge number of questions across the 3 shifts. So you cannot ignore these topics, or you can say you cannot ignore this particular topic, because it has the potential questions can be asked in the upcoming cycle as well. See, these are the predictions based on the previous year trends. I'm not saying that for sure these questions will be asked, but chances are high. Fine. So if you have the background of maybe the commerce background, as we say it, or the finance background, AFM you can handle relatively easier in an easier way. But for PPB, you have to be an expert in the banking operations. RBWM also, somewhere down the line, you must know the banking operations well. For IIFS, you must have that knack of reading the economics, reading between the line. Okay, bills of exchange, you have the operational aspects of accounting entries, the peculiar features of accounting system. This is also very important. Then you have the bank audit and inspection. Audit from audit questions were asked in all the 3 shifts this time. Then you have the module B, financial statement and core banking system. Here the company accounts, cash flow and your funds flow. This is the most important topic, you would say. Final accounts of banking companies, the core banking system and the accounting in computerized environment, what we do in the banks. Next, the financial management. Here the main, I would say, main crux of accountancy will be present in module C, that is financial management. Basically the ratio analysis will start from module C, and under ratio analysis you have n number of ratios from where numericals can be asked, and they are being asked. Fine. this time we have seen that various numericals were asked across the subjects from those topics which are not that important, which we do not expect. But this particular topic is there for one reason only, that numericals will be made. So do not ignore such topics. Financial mathematics, the calculation of interest and annuities. Annuities question in RBWM also they have asked. Financial mathematics, the calculation of YTM, yield to maturity. Then you have the capital structure, cost of capital. Along with that, the capital investment decision, or the TL. TL again very important, term loans when we talk about. So term loan, the definition, basic definition you will be seeing in PPB. Some more basics will be covered in RBWM. Ultimately the calculation part will be here in AFM. So interlink all the subjects. It will immensely help you in the final exam. Then equity financing we have done, yes. Equipment leasing, lease financing, then working capital management and derivatives. Very important, the derivatives along with the working capital calculation. Working capital calculation you can expect in PPB also. Module D, the taxation and fundamental of costing. Entire module is dedicated to taxation and costing. So you will start with the TDS, the deferred tax or your income tax. Then we have GST, overview of cost and management accounting, the costing methods, a very bulky, I would say, subject when it comes to the costing method. You will find huge number of methods here, starting from your batch costing, then you have the output costing, unit costing, different types, standard costing, marginal costing. And after that you will finally be moving towards the budgets and budgetary control. Now budgets, basically not the union budget as we see in other subjects. Here the budget concept till your preparation and monitoring of various types of budget will be included. So in all, the performance budgeting will also be a part of this particular subject only. In all, if you see AFM as a subject, you must be very clear with the formulas, but you will be able to learn or retain those formulas only when you know the concepts. So concepts along with formulas, they must go hand in hand. Last subject, that is RBWM. When we talk about RBWM, normally we say that it is relatively easier because of the less number of topics. But this time IIBF has debunked this strategy or this myth also, that RBWM is relatively easier to cover. Why? Because 20-25% examination of RBWM was there having the numerical questions. So again, you cannot ignore any subject. That is the message we want to give you through this session. Retail banking, wealth management, module A will be talking about the retail banking. Everybody knows about the retail banking. Working in the banks, you know that what retail banking entails too. Branch profitability, you have the banking system. Along with that, various simple aspects, role with the bank operations, a very, you can say, simple definitions of your retail banking. We will start with the module A, and in the end the branch profitability, how the return on asset work, return on equity work. These are some important topics of RBWM module A. In module B, you will be finding the retail products and the recovery. From here the things will get interesting. Why? Because you will be talking about the retail products, the product mechanism, how these products should be presented to the customer and what all features are there. You must remember all these aspects. Start with the product development process and then you have the credit scores, important retail liability products. These products are very important, be it the current deposit account or you can say your FDs, the issuance of FDs, then RDs, Form 15, G15H, all these retail products will be covered under this particular chapter of important retail liability products. Then we have the asset products in the next chapter. After that, credit card, debit card, remittance products, NEFT, RTGS, NASH, BBPS, all these are included here in remittance products. Then digitalization of your retail banking products, role of AI and technology in retail banking. Lastly, you will be having the recovery of your retail loan. So when we talk about the recovery you must study along with the management, along with the securitization of assets. Fine, these two topics must be studied together, because SI charge we create so that we can, if the condition is condition of the loan is so bad that we have to recover the amount from the asset, then securitization will kick in. In between, you will find the MIS system, the Management Information System, and from here, good amount of questions were asked in this particular cycle. Next, we have module C, the support services, marketing of banking products, or you can say services. When we talk about marketing, don't you think so that we must be very clear in our mind that we are talking about the para banking services? More or less, you will find the channels, various channels from which we market the banking products in this particular module. So marketing, what is marketing? What is marketing specifically to the retail banking, the delivery channels, delivery models, various models are there, internal customers, then you have the DSAs, direct selling agents, the various channels which I was talking about. Customer relationship management in retail banking, then you have the service standards for retail banking, marketing information system, MIS, the longitudinal analysis, various type of analysis, you can say MKIS is also one of the part of this particular module only. Lastly, you have the wealth management. Module D, wealth management, and now as you know that various public sector banks are also pushing their officers, their staff towards wealth management vertical. Why? Because it is the need of the banking industry. So importance of wealth management, investment management, tax planning. If you know good amount of base under the taxation of AFM subject, you will enjoy this particular chapter. Other financial services provided by the banks, additional reading material for home loan, then you have housing finance, mortgage advice, and lastly you will have the valuation of real property. So in total, if I ask you now, since you have the base clear that these are the topics or these are the subjects from where we have to extract more than 200 marks and clear the JAIIB November 2025 examination, do you think that it is so hard to crack this exam? Honestly, right now we are not talking about the level of question, we are not talking about the study material or anything. Just by looking in the syllabus, do you think that this exam is so difficult that we cannot clear this exam in one go? Yes, I agree that a lot of grit is required, a lot of you can say hard work is required, consistency is required, but once you go through the syllabus, you will realize one fact: most of the things you can make sense out of them. Fine, even if you have not studied them in depth, still you can for sure say this thing that yes, we know all these terms, maximum of these terms. Fine. So on that note, if you feel the same or whatever feeling is there, whatever question you have in your mind, do let me know in the comment section. Okay, because we will be starting or you can say kicking our preparation for the November cycle from today itself. From today itself, we will be engaged with the students. We want all your queries to be addressed as soon as possible, so that once we start the batches, the regular batches on our platform, you will be able to concentrate only on the studies and all the doubts are being put in the backside. Fine. So this was it for this particular session. If you have any query, you can just ask me because we have also launched the English medium batch, that is the success batch for JAIIB October 2025. This will serve as the one-stop solution. Why? Because we will be ensuring that all those important topics, all those difficult topics will be presented to you in a way which makes them very easy to grasp, very easy to handle, and the confidence level of yours must be very high when we go in the examination hall to attempt the November cycle in, you can say, November 2nd. From November 2nd, the examination cycle will begin. Fine. So success batch that which we have launched, it will be starting from 31st of May. Elaborate timetable is available on the website. If you want, I can just show you the website from where you can see the information regarding this batch. Adda 247, just go to the website of Adda 247. You will click here on all courses, JAIIB CAIIB, and then JAIIB October 2025. Here you will find the English medium batch for JAIIB October 2025 with all the details. The salient features are listed here. Then you have what? You have the faculty profile, Vishal sir, Aarti ma'am, Aman ma'am, and myself. Fine. So we will be taking up the JAIIB here in Officers Adda 247. And also, if you want to see the inclusion, what all is included in this particular package, in this particular, you can say, course, you can see here. After that, how The module wise coverage is there, exam pattern you can see, then note is also there that you will be getting the email access, all the details of this batch in the email ID whichever you have registered, and study plan. This is the study plan. Like you want to see for IFS, just click here and you will find the elaborate study plan. Right now it is a tentative one. We will be uploading the final plan soon because the classes will be starting from 31st of May. So still we have some time. So we are deliberating on various things that how we can make this particular course more relevant, or you can say the most relevant one out in the market. Fine. So if you have decided that you want to go with our course, just click on buy now and you will be redirected to the window of, you can say, purchasing window. Here you can apply the coupon code for maximum discount, that is Y1003. Simply clicking on apply, you will find the maximum discount is now applicable. The amount payable is this much. Okay, this is the coupon code which you can note down for your reference. Fine. So what all will be getting in this particular course? You will be getting the online interactive classes. We at Officer Zeta 247 firmly believe that the interaction must go on whenever we are taking the live classes. That is the only motive for the live classes. If they are not interactive enough, if your doubts are not being resolved in that particular session which you are attending, then there is no utilization for you as well as us as faculties. Secondly, you will be getting the recording of that particular session in the portal itself. Next, you will be getting the access to the mock tests, the chapter wise tests. You will be getting the access of them also. Plus, we have devised an internal mechanism for all the paid students via which we clear the doubts. Once you join the you can say our courses, you will realize that yes, the doubt resolution mechanism is very robust. After that, what else you need? You need a guidance, a proper, you can say, daily schedule. That also we will be providing you on daily basis, that yes, now we have completed this, now you should do this, and next step will be this. So all the things will be taken care of, and that is why I have said that this course will serve as the one-stop solution for your preparation for the November cycle of JAIIB 2025. Okay, so on that note, let's conclude the session and we'll meet in the upcoming sessions. We will be coming up with various sessions throughout this week, throughout the coming week, you can say, so that all the doubts are resolved in the upcoming 7 to 10 days. And from 31st of May, full-fledged, we will be studying with only a single aim, that we want to crack this exam in November 2025. Fine. So if you have any doubt, just let me know in the comment section. We'll meet in the next